My parents tried to steal my entire future in front of the whole restaurant, and they expected me to smile while doing it. My sister grinned across the table like she already owned everything that was mine. My dad tapped the envelope holding my inheritance and said, "Willow, just hand it over. She needs it more than you." My mom whispered, "Don't make a scene. Be a good daughter. Like, share, and subscribe if you think no parent should ever steal their child's future." I sat there frozen, my fingers tightening around the edge of my chair. The smell of garlic pasta filled the room, but all I felt was this burning heat of betrayal crawling up my neck. It was supposed to be my graduation dinner, a celebration of 4 brutal years of hard work, but instead, my parents were using it to corner me like some selfish villain. My sister Harper leaned forward with that fake innocent smile she always used when she wanted something. "Come on, Willow. You know I'm struggling. You'll be fine without it." Fine? I had worked 2 part-time jobs, slept on floors, skipped meals just to survive college. And now they wanted me to hand over everything my late grandfather left specifically for me, not her, me. My father sighed loudly, making sure other tables could hear. "Stop acting dramatic. Harper actually has a future. She's getting married soon. She needs the money more." My stomach dropped. So that was their plan. Use my graduation dinner to pressure me publicly, humiliate me if I dared say no. Harper tossed her hair and said, "Honestly, Willow, you should be honored. It'll help our family." Our family. Right. As if they ever treated me like part of it. I felt this strange calm take over like a storm right before it hits. They didn't know the truth. They had no idea what I had built in silence. They had no clue how far I had come while they were busy calling me the disappointment. I pushed my chair back slowly. Everyone went quiet. And then I said, "No, I'm not giving her a single dollar." My dad's face twisted in anger. My mom's jaw dropped. Harper looked like she'd swallowed a lemon. And just as I thought the moment couldn't get worse, the waiter approached with a small envelope in his hand, addressed to me. He whispered, "Someone left this for you, miss. They said it's important." I opened it, and what I saw inside made my heart stop. The envelope slipped in my hands as I pulled out the small card inside. My breath caught the second I read the first line, because it wasn't from a stranger. It was from my grandfather's lawyer. And it said, "Willow, the truth about your inheritance must be revealed today." My pulse hammered in my ears. My parents stared at me, confused, annoyed, already preparing to twist this into another guilt trip. Harper leaned closer, trying to peek. "What is it? Another excuse?" I closed the card before she could see more. "Nothing you need to know," I said. But inside, my mind was racing. Why today? Why at this exact dinner? Why just as they were trying to steal everything? My dad snapped. "Stop with the drama. Just hand over the inheritance and stop making this night about you." About me? It was my graduation dinner. But I didn't react. I just tucked the card into my pocket and looked at them differently now, suddenly aware that something bigger was coming, something they weren't ready for. The tension at the table grew thick. The couple sitting behind us even turned their heads, sensing something was off. My mom waved her hand dismissively. "Honestly, Willow, you're being selfish. Harper needs a house. She needs a stable future. So you think I don't deserve one?" I asked quietly. Harper scoffed. "You? Willow, you're barely keeping your life together. Be real." Her voice had that sharp tone she used whenever she wanted to cut me down. She loved comparing our lives. Her fancy clothes, her Instagram perfect relationship, her parents spoiling her. And me? The quiet one, the one who worked, the one who struggled, the underdog. I clenched my jaw. If only they knew the truth about what I'd built in the past year. The silent nights, the projects, the deal I closed last month. They thought I was still weak, still small. My father leaned forward, lowering his voice like he was about to deliver a verdict. "You will give Harper the inheritance, because that's what we've decided. End of discussion." But before I could respond, the entrance doors opened, and a tall man in a navy suit walked in, scanning the room like he was looking for someone. His eyes locked onto me. My heart skipped. Harper frowned. "Who is that?" My parents turned around. He walked straight to our table, stopped right beside me, then spoke clearly enough for the entire restaurant to hear. Willow Gray? I need to speak to you about your assets. It can't wait. My sister's mouth fell open. My father stiffened. My mother whispered, "Assets?" And I felt the world tilt. The entire restaurant went silent as the man in the navy suit adjusted his tie and placed a sealed folder on the table right between my father's plate and my untouched dinner. My parents stared at it like it was a bomb. In a way, it was. My dad tried to fake authority. "Excuse me, who are you? We're in the middle of a family dinner." The man didn't even look at him. "I'm Daniel Reed, personal representative of the late Mr. Gregory Gray. I was instructed to deliver this to Willow on the day of her graduation." My grandfather. Harper blinked rapidly. "Wait, Grandpa left more stuff? Mom, did you know about this?" Mom's lips tightened, but she didn't answer. That silence told me everything there was more. And they had kept it from me. Daniel turned to me with a respectful nod. "Willow, your grandfather wanted no interference. He said only you could receive these documents." Interference. My parents flinched at that word. Daniel slid the folder toward me, but before I could touch it, my father snatched it off the table like a thief grabbing stolen goods. "This is a misunderstanding," he said sharply. "Her sister needs the inheritance. Willow doesn't. So whatever this is, give it to me. I'll handle it." The restaurant gasped. Daniel's eyes narrowed. "Sir, taking documents addressed to someone else is illegal." My father froze. Harper hissed, "Dad, just open it. We need to see what's inside." "We?" I repeated, staring at her. "Since when does my inheritance involve we?" Her cheeks flushed. "Oh, please, Willow. We all know you're not responsible enough to manage money. I'm the logical choice to take over everything. Logical choice." A laugh almost slipped out. The irony was insane. Daniel turned to me again. "Miss Gray, would you like me to retrieve your folder?" I nodded. He carefully took it back from my father, placed it in my hands, and lowered his voice. "Your grandfather trusted only you with what's inside. He said you earned it." Earned it. A word my family had never used for me. My hands trembled slightly as I opened the folder. Papers, signatures, stamped seals, but the first page alone made my vision blur. Harper leaned closer. "What is it?" "Tell us." I read the title out loud, my voice steadier than I expected. "Full Transfer of Ownership, Graytech Enterprises." Daniel spoke before anyone could breathe. "Congratulations, Willow. You are officially the majority owner of your grandfather's company." Harper gasped so loud half the restaurant turned. My mother clutched the table. My father's face drained of color. And then Daniel added the part that made my heart stop. "Also, we need to discuss the income accumulated over the past 5 years, because it totals more than $7 million. The fork slipped from my mother's hand. Harper whispered, "7 million?" But Daniel wasn't done. "And that's not all, Miss Gray. There's a message your grandfather asked me to deliver to you personally." He reached into his coat pocket, pulled out a small, sealed note, and placed it gently in front of me. My pulse spiked. Because the last time my grandfather wrote to me, he warned me not to trust my own family. I lifted the note, tore it open. My hands shook as I unfolded the small note. It was short, only a few lines, but every word felt like it carried a hidden weight. I read the first line, and the air left my lungs. "Willow, if they are trying to force you to give the inheritance away, it means they already betrayed you once." I froze. Already betrayed me once? My parents stiffened. Harper swallowed hard. They knew something. I could feel it in the way their eyes darted, searching for a way out, a way to twist this. My mom forced a smile. "Sweetie, your grandfather was old. He must have been confused." But I kept reading. "I left the company to you because you were the only one who cared, the only one who visited, and the only one who stayed loyal when everyone else saw me as a wallet." My father flinched. Harper crossed her arms. "He's exaggerating." But I wasn't done. "They hid letters from you, Willow, and they tried to convince me you didn't want to see me." The world spun. I looked up slowly. "You hid letters from me?" My mother's mouth opened and closed like she couldn't pick the right lie fast enough. My father stepped in, voice tight. "He's mistaken. We never hid anything." But their eyes told the truth. This wasn't shock. This was panic. Daniel stepped closer, calm but firm. Mr. and Mrs. Gray, I have documentation showing multiple unanswered letters sent to your home, all addressed to Willow. They were never returned to our office. Someone kept them. My father snapped. This is ridiculous. You're trying to turn our daughter against us. But I was already reaching the last line of the note, and it wasn't gentle. If they pressure you for money, do not give them a penny. They're not asking for help, they're asking because they already spent what wasn't theirs. My breath caught. Spent what wasn't theirs? My voice cracked as I asked, what did you spend? Harper shot up from her chair. Don't start with your dramatic nonsense. But I wasn't looking at her. I was staring straight at my parents. What did you take? What did you hide from me? My mother finally broke. It was for the family. We needed to help Harper. Her fiancé lost his job. And you stole from me, I whispered. Harper slammed her hand on the table. Oh my God, Willow. You act like you're some victim. You didn't even know about the money, so why does it matter? Daniel cleared his throat. Actually, it matters a lot. He slid another document out of the folder. This shows the withdrawals from the trust fund last year, unauthorized, and all signed by your parents. Everyone in the restaurant stared now. My father lunged for the paper. Give me that. You can't just sit down, Daniel said firmly. This is now a legal matter. My heart pounded so loud I could barely hear anything. My parents stealing. My grandfather knowing. The hidden letters. The trust money drained. Every puzzle piece was falling into place and the picture was ugly. Harper pointed at me like I was the problem. Don't act powerful, Willow. You're not keeping that company. You'll give us the money because you owe us. We raised you. A shaky laugh escaped me. Raised me? You spent my future behind my back. You lied about Grandpa. You hid his letters. And tonight, you tried to take the rest of what he left for me. My father growled. We are your parents. You will obey us. But I didn't feel small anymore. I didn't feel helpless. For the first time, I had the power. Daniel leaned toward me. Miss Gray, if you want to press charges or take legal action, the law is fully on your side. My parents' faces drained. Harper whispered, terrified. You wouldn't do that, right, Willow? I slowly stood up, feeling the entire restaurant watching, holding its breath, waiting to see what I would do. And as I opened my mouth to speak, the entrance door swung open again, this time revealing someone I never thought I'd see walk into my graduation dinner. Someone who could destroy everything, or save me completely. Everyone turned toward the entrance as the tall figure stepped into the restaurant. My heart stopped. It was Ethan Carter, my grandfather's former business partner, the man who vanished from our lives after their falling out, the only person besides my grandfather who knew the full truth about Graytech. I hadn't seen him since I was 14. He walked straight toward our table with slow, deliberate steps, eyes locked on my parents, like he already knew exactly what was happening. Harper whispered, Who is that? My father went pale. Oh no. Ethan stopped right beside Daniel and looked at me, not with pity, not with doubt, but with the kind of respect that made my throat tighten. Willow, he said softly, your grandfather told me you'd be strong enough for this day. My chest tightened. You knew about the letters? He nodded. He told me everything. And he told me to step in if your family tried to corner you. My mom stood abruptly. We don't need you interfering. This isn't your business. Ethan turned his eyes on her, sharp and cold. Mrs. Gray, your husband and daughter have been pressuring Willow for years. Gregory feared this exact moment. That's why he prepared everything in advance. He pulled out another document, thicker, more official-looking, and set it in front of me. Daniel stepped aside. This is the final piece of the estate plan. My hands trembled as I opened it. Harper tried to lean in, but Ethan blocked her with a single hand. Inside the packet was a letter from my grandfather, longer this time. I read the first paragraph, and my eyes started to burn. Willow, you were always the one with heart. I saw it when you brought me soup at night, when you stayed by my bed, when you cried alone after your parents told you that you'd never make it. I knew then you're the one who deserves everything I built. I swallowed, my vision blurring. I kept reading. Your parents expected wealth without work, Harper expected success without responsibility. But you built yourself from nothing, you fought for every step. That's why Gray Tech is yours, and why Ethan will assist you in running it if you choose. My father exploded. This is manipulation. Willow doesn't know how to run a company. Harper is the one getting married. She needs the money. It's unfair to give everything to the child who contributed nothing. Nothing? Something inside me snapped. I looked him right in the eyes. I worked through college while you laughed at me. I survived without your help. You chose Harper every single time. You told me I was the burden. You told me I'd never become anything. The restaurant was dead silent. And now, I continued, you only want me because I have something you can use. Money, power, control. My mother started crying. We're your parents, Willow. You can't just walk away from us. I wiped a tear from my cheek. You walked away from me years ago. Harper slammed her napkin down. Fine. If you want to act like some hero, go ahead. But you're still giving me half of that money. You owe me. Ethan's jaw tightened. Actually, she owes you nothing, Daniel added. And the trust withdrawals your parents made without permission will need to be investigated. Legally. My parents froze. Harper's mouth fell open. I took a deep breath, steady, solid, finally free. Then I closed the folder and said the words I'd been holding back my entire life. I'm done letting you control me. I won't give you my inheritance. I won't give you the company. And I won't cover the money you stole. Gray Tech is mine. My future is mine. My father's face twisted with helpless rage. My mother broke down, begging. Harper grabbed my arm, desperate. Willow, please don't do this. I gently pulled my arm away. You made your choices, I said quietly. Now I'm making mine. I turned to Daniel. I want to transfer everything officially, and I want charges filed for the stolen trust funds. My parents gasped like they'd been hit. Ethan smiled proudly. Your grandfather would be proud. I picked up my bag, lifted my chin, and walked out of that restaurant with the entire room, watching some shocked, some smiling, some whispering things like, good for her. And for the first time in my life, I didn't walk out feeling small. I walked out feeling powerful, unbreakable, and completely in control of the future they tried so hard to steal from me.